Okay, so we're going to actually open it up to questions from the audience. So there is a chat. So if anyone has a question for Darcie, you can type it into the chat and we will read them out. So I actually have a question for you, Darcie.
Cool.
So this is sort of a different question than what we've been talking about, but I was wondering, what was it like preparing for your first solo exhibition during a pandemic?
It's definitely hard. It was definitely hard. But I feel, yeah, it was a lot different than I expected. I think we're in a pandemic, I feel like I allowed myself to go as slow as I can, and I think it was a lot harder because I feel like I would rely so much on my peers for feedback or just having general discussions about what works, and so it's definitely hard, but it was definitely something. Without that, I think I was still able to do that essentially through virtually, like sending snapshots of my friends to saying like, do you like this, or you know what I mean, having another painter's eye, or so that part was, I feel like, the hardest. And also being away from home is that I can't physically see what I'm actually thinking about, so it's definitely hard, but I don't know, I did it.
You did a good job. Yeah. So another question is going back to your abstracts. So your abstracts are so different from your figural works, but there are elements of your abstracts that are also in the figural works. So the piece that's behind me, inside of the boat, there's actually sort of an abstract portion that looks a lot like dreaming of Feheley Fine and cutting caribou. And so is this something that just kind of came out, or was this design, abstract design, sort of a theme that you wanted to carry throughout the works in the show? Or was it sort of just by chance that it manifested?
Yeah, well, I feel like when I was making the works, Ninga King and the Daydreaming of Baningablook were at the same time. So I think after a while, because like I like to take a break from the figurative works, just because it's very meticulous. I have to be very precise. I have to, you know what I mean, where I'm trying to do that with the bottom of the wood on the bottom of the boat. And I think even if you look at, I feel like it's more intuitive for me. And then I try to, like, if I look at the like the board, or the you know, the bottom of a pattern of plywood, and then thinking about elements from that, and then trying to translate it to the more abstract piece. So it's mostly just by chance. And I think when I'm able to allow some pattern, I'm just obsessed with pattern, how to abstract that in some way, because it's constantly changing, I think, in my head.
Yeah, no, that's so interesting, because I definitely do see like a almost a wood grain pattern in this abstract portion, which is really cool. So we have a question from Elise. And Elise asks, how does your family feel about their representation in your paintings? So what do they think of your work?
They love it. Yeah, I've gotten so many messages from family from home, and it's just been it's been very sweet, and it's been very wholesome, just because I would just get random messages of just like from my family, but also people from up north, and just saying, we saw your paintings and we love them. And you know, it's just like, it's very sweet from a distance, so they're very happy.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to clarify, so most of these paintings are based off of childhood photographs and memories. So your sister, for example, is featured in a bunch as a child, and now your sister is much, much older.
Yeah, yeah, they're all much older.
Yeah, that's great. So if anyone else has a question, feel free to ask it in the chat. And Darcie, when was the last time you were in Tuck? Might have been.
I think I was home in 2019.
Yeah,
Or
just
no, 2019, then 2020. Yeah. 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 It's hard, but it's good though. Eventually I could go back.
Yeah, the good thing about Northwest Territories is there's a road
Mhm,
there. So if needed, you could do a really, really long road trip from the east all the way up there
That's true.
one day, which might be fun. And maybe looking to the future, are you thinking of sticking with sort of a similar subject matter in your works, or do you think, are you sort of deviating from what we see here, or undecided?
Undecided, but I did do something a little similar. Well, I don't know if it's similar, but I recently was a part of a music video with Scylla and Rise. They're a throat singing group, and they're amazing. So I was able to do their music video and through oil painting and oil painting animation.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm,
Very cool. Yeah, you should send us the link and we'll
yeah,
share it.
cool.
Sounds really cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Darcie, for doing this talk with us, for taking the time. And thank you everyone for joining us. I am now going to bring Pat back in to give some final remarks.